Okay, so hi everybody, it's Tina. I may be live, I may not be, I'm not really sure. Testing out my live streaming again with my new settings. I have my lighting set up, trying a bunch of different things. I have my whisk over here. I can't see if anybody is on. I was kind of hoping to be able to see if you guys were on. So if you are, I'm heating up my skillet here. So I'm going to put this back on. What I'm going to do is just going to drop some, I'm making sesame, pork, and zucchini stir fry. There's the sesame. Just going to toast those in there for a minute while I talk to you guys because I'm going to keep the skillet up empty. This week's newsletter went out, and the theme was zucchini. You only need to toast these for a few minutes, by the way. Actually, I'm going to step behind me. I thought I had my wooden spoon. Actually, my dishwasher's here. I'm just going to check it. Oh, I have one. Okay. So, as you guys know, my stove is broken, and I am here cooking live until I get a new one at my counter with my induction burner. So, I'm hoping the setup is a little better. Anyway, I'm just toasting up the sesame seeds. So I think now I see that we're on. I'm sorry I can't respond, but again, testing out the live feed. Not sure if you can see.
2 eyeballs.
2 eyeballs?
There's eyeballs.
I'm not sure if you can see that, but we have some sesame seeds. Yeah? So sesame seeds are toasted. Just going to put them back into this little...
They smell good.
Smell good, right? They smell nice. So I'm just going to take this off the heat a minute. All right, so I'm just going to put my sesame seeds aside. So this week's newsletter, as I said, was zucchini. The theme was zucchini. So a ton of zucchini recipes. I have so many of them. But one of the recipes that I've done, I think it was either 2013 or 2014, was a quick zucchini stir fry, which is basically like 1.5 zucchinis that I cut in half. You don't want to cut them too thick because it's a stir fry. It's probably, I think it's 3 cups. So I'm basically doing a chop job here. I'm not really cutting these all the same size as I should be. And in my refrigerator, because we had so much trouble going live, let me tell you what we have. All right, so what I have here, so as I said, it's a sesame zucchini, sesame pork zucchini stir fry. You could do this with chicken. I bought a 1 pound pork tenderloin that was cleaned of all the fat. I sliced it up and then cut it into strips. So I basically cut medallions, which I had done before because we had planned to go live like 20 minutes ago. We got a little sidetracked here. We had all of these things going on. There's a lot of commotion going on here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pan back on. So the newsletter went out, and in the newsletter, one of the recipes was this zucchini and pork tenderloin. Actually, I used pork cutlets in the original recipe, but you can use pork tenderloin as stir fry. And it's like, just a few ingredients. I just want to tell you a little bit about what I did with the pork tenderloin. I took some cornstarch and water and I mixed it together in a bowl. And I made like a slurry. And after I chopped up all the pork tenderloin, I just put it in there. So the cornstarch is what's going to make the sauce thicken as you cook it. So we have pork. I said we were going to say what we have. We have pork tenderloin, chopped up pork, about a pound. Have about 3 cups of sliced zucchini. Sliced, I don't know, about that big. It's a stir fry, so you don't want it to be too thick. Our toasted sesame seeds, which I was doing as we were talking. I have about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. I have vegetable oil to cook the zucchini and the pork, and I have some sesame oil for flavor. That's it. It's going to cook up real fast. You can put this by itself. You can put this with rice. You can put it over noodles. It's a quick side dish. If you don't use the cornstarch or any kind of thickener, then your sauce isn't going to get as thick, but it's still going to be good. All right, let's get started. So, all right, induction burner is on. So the beauty of the induction burner is that it does cook pretty quickly. It's rapid, heats up, but you need like a special pan for it. Luckily I have this pan that is compatible with it, so it works out. Okay, just waiting for this to heat up. I'm going to put my vegetable oil in there. Oh, this pan is so non-stick that it is like barely. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do, actually I think I'm also going to put my sesame oil in there. I'm actually going to put half my sesame oil. All right, this is pretty hot because the oil is not even sticking to the pan. All right, here we go. Just want to make sure it's hot enough so that it, when you do a stir fry, you want your pan to be nice and hot. So this gives me the perfect opportunity to talk to you about my pan here that my friends from Tefal sent me. It is a titanium non-stick saute pan. It's from their Pro Grade series, and it is, I'm going to show you, has this thermospot technology. So in the center of each of their saute pans in this series, there is a red dot with a T, and around the red dot there are lines, I hope you can see it, that surround the perimeter of the pan. When the pan reaches the perfect temperature, which I think, nope, it's actually not ready yet. When it reaches the perfect sauteing or whatever it is temperature that you're doing, I'm just going to turn this down one notch. When it reaches the perfect temperature, the lines disappear and you know that it's the optimal time to start searing and or sauteing your food. So as soon as those lines disappear and I see my pan is getting nice and smoky, I'm going to add my pork strips. And again, this sat a little bit longer than I normally do it, but it sat in the that cornstarch slurry. Okay, I'm hoping we get a nice sizzle from this. May have to do this in a little, I'm going to do half. Oh yeah, there it goes. I hope you guys can hear that. I'm actually doing like 2/3 of it, so it's probably end up being like 3/4 of a pound I'm putting in here. All right, so the thing that I love about Facebook Live is that it's interactive, and I feel like I can't interact with you guys because I have my camera facing the other way because I was afraid that was one of the reasons that we weren't getting a good live stream. So if you're out there, I apologize for not being able to answer you and say hello, but please know that I'm very grateful for everybody that tunes in to my crazy kitchen. Crazy. We're crazy, right, Jay? It's smoking in here. And again, I'm getting used to this induction burner, so it might be a little hotter than I'm used to, but you do want stir fry.
Nice and
you want your stir fry to be
very fried.
well, you want your pan to be hot for your stir fry. That's the key to a good stir fry, right? When they cook in the wok, it's really hot. So you don't even know what a wok is. I have my sous chef here, but she's camera shy, so she's behind the camera.
No,
Are you? I'm looking to see. No, I don't see you. Here she is.
Hello, people.
There we go. I'm just going to give this a flip.
Nice fat.
Yeah. No, I think I turned this down too low. You do want this to cook a little bit. We're gonna put this pork back into the pan also, but you want to cook it till all the pink is gone, and it looks like it's nope, there's a few here that need to cook some more. I like doing this with pork too because it can cook at a lower temperature. Can be a little pink inside, whereas chicken can't be. So, all right, this is mostly cooked. I'm gonna go back in with the other half because I wanted to do that in 2 batches because my pan might have been a little small for this. I might have grabbed the wrong one. Just gonna put this aside.
It looks very juicy.
Yes, it does look very juicy, doesn't it? So I just want to show you guys, if you can see, the pork is mostly cooked. It's cooked. I'm saying it's mostly cooked, but it is cooked. But it's going to go back in. So once this is cooked, this batch is cooked, I'm going to set it aside. You know, the key is you don't want to overcrowd your pan, so that's what I'm trying not to do. Because when you overcrowd your pan, it reduces the temperature of the pan, and you're not going to get that nice sear, or in this case, you're not going to get that stir fry that you're looking for. I'm gonna put it, I feel like there's a drop of oil in here. I think it needs a little bit of the oil that was in there. These pans are so great too. They just wipe clean. I mean, obviously we wash them, but I mean, really nothing sticks to them. It's really great. These are almost done. Probably could have cut these a touch thinner, but it's fine. So this recipe is on the website, and it's also in the newsletter. There's links in the newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to the blog, that would be great. You'll get the weekly newsletter. And you know, we have some guest bloggers, links to some of my other blogging friends who can share recipes. And I was trying not to do a theme. I was trying to do more of like a weekly menu, but being it was zucchini season and tomato season and the stove went out and everything sort of became themed, which was not my plan. Okay, this is done. All right, now the next thing. Hi, Chewy. I'm going to add the rest of my sesame oil and my zucchini. I think I'm going to just do half for you guys because I don't want to. I really should have grabbed the other pan. This one is a touch small. So what I'm going to do is I'm doing like 3/4 of this. So once these are nice and hot and sauteing or stir frying, really, I'm actually turning this up to like the highest setting. I'm going to put in about 2/3 of the zucchini of the pork, and then the rest of our ingredients, and it's going to all cook together. I just want to get these. You know, you want to cook these. Let this cook up. Just checking the time here. I'm going to put a little bit more of this. Let these cook. I'm going to put these off. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I have my other pan here on the side. I took about 1/4 of them out. Just because we're dragging along here. I want this to cook a little faster. All right, these are almost done. They're getting nice and stir-fried. I'm going to give those like another 2 minutes because then I'm going to add the pork back and I'm going to add the soy sauce. I'm going to add the sesame and a little bit of the chicken stock. And normally the pork would have had a little bit more of the cornstarch left over, but it's soaked for so long inside the refrigerator. Okay, I'm putting back, I'm trying to get some of that juice in there. I put back probably half of that, right? Let me give that another shake. Okay. And then I'm going to put whatever sesame oil is left in that. Don't think there's any vegetable oil. No, there's a little bit. Just want to make sure I get it all. Right, and we're going to put the soy sauce. I actually have half a cup here, but you only need 1/4. I'm actually going to put a little bit less. I'm just going to let that cook a minute. I don't think I have a cover for that. Let me see. Okay. Just going to give that a little cover. Okay. Closing everything up. And that's it. And then right before it's done, I'm going to throw in some of these toasted sesame seeds. Okay, that is simmering away. You just want those juices to like get in there. It does look good, right? It does. I probably could have added a touch more of this stock. I'm just going to put a little bit more. I feel like I didn't add enough. Okay. Because you wanted to have it, you know, you wanted to have a little bit of a sauce. All right. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I'm going to toss in some of the toasted sesames there. And this is it. It's 2 main ingredients, pork and zucchini. We toasted some sesame seeds, and that's about it. I'm just going to let that go like 2 more minutes to make sure everything's cooked through. This looks delicious though. I do think that it needed a wee bit more of the juice in there, but I think it looks great. I'm just going to let that chicken stock cook down a touch. A few more sesames for color and picture. Yeah, they can, right? You guys can see that, hopefully. give it a taste. See what it's like. Trying not to. See, the zucchini got nice and soft when we covered it. Delicious. Mouthful. Yummy. It's perfect dinner. You can use low sodium soy sauce, although the recipe doesn't call for it. And that's it. Thanks for joining me. I look forward to hearing your feedback. Anyway, thank you very much.
That is me.
And have a great night.